Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this month's edition of Implant Threads. Today we have a lovely guest speaker, who's Dr. Zebin Chen, who is a senior lecturer in AI Innovation Lead at the University of Lancashire, and a recognised expert in AI adoption for SMEs, including dental practices. She works extensively with clinics and healthcare providers to streamline operations, improve communication workflows, and reduce admin pressures using practical, accessible AI tools. She's also finalist for the Times, let me get this right, the Times Higher Education 2025 Most Innovative Teacher of the Year, and the recipient of the Vice Chancellor's AI Innovation Award 2025. Congratulations. So today's sessions, and please ask questions in the chat if you have any. In today's sessions, AI for dental practices, work less, save more, grow faster. We'll show you how AI can enhance your efficiency across your practice, from inquiries and recalls to treatment, communication, aftercare, marketing, and operational workflows. So you're going to hear some practical examples and see real AI tools in action, then some strategies you can implement immediately. So welcome, everybody, and Zebin, over to you.
Thank you very much, Alan, and good morning, everybody. It's so good to be here, and thanks a lot. So today, it's a session that very practical. You can ask questions while I'm presenting, because I'll pick up the questions from Alan or from the chat, because it's quite different when we talk about AI. It's very practical steps. So I think it's better for me to answer some questions while you are listening to me. And so stop me at any time will be fine. So as Alan said, that this is our topics today, and what we are going to talk about is just a little bit more about myself. Actually, I have to say that I don't have any backgrounds in engineering and computing. I have done all my degree in business and management, my PhD in business and management at the University of Manchester Business School. But I've been working in the business school for nearly like 15 years. So I've been supporting local SMEs, supporting business to enhance their daily operation. I'm also what they call me the local, so I've been joining the London Tech Weeks for a few years now. And they've been giving me a title called London Tech Week Influencer. So what I did for London Tech Week is every year they invited me, they give me a VIP pass, so I can access to all those kind of keynote speech. I can talk to like the CEOs and founders. And then what I did for them is obviously I wrote article for them to share on social media, I share my insights and things like that. So what I'm talking about today is not just, the things I know, it's also something that I heard from the sectors, from different sectors, because when you go to London Tech Week, many different industry actually involved in London Tech Weeks, and healthcare is a big one for London Tech Week. So I'm also the course leader for the MSc in Business Analytics and AI. And a lot of the things that we're talking about today is about generative AI, which is something that you can actually use natural language to communicate with the machine, just like what you're doing on a daily basis. I'm sure a lot of you have used like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Perplexity, and all this kind of large language model. And what we focus on today is like, okay, even you don't have any tech skill, you don't have any background in engineering, computing, you can still build a chatbot by yourself. You can still build a virtual assistant, and you can still, build an AI avatar to promote your clinic, or to, just to talk about some of the contents that you would like to share with your audience. So this is what we are going to talk about today. And also I'm going to share some of the insights that we got from the sectors as well, because I'm currently working with over 50 companies on AI solutions. So within the university, we do provide AI solution to the local business, not necessarily SMEs. There are some large companies as well, charity, like they're actually looking for very similar things, and this is something that I'm going to share with you today. So mainly it's going to reduce your administrative workload, because this is something that has been mentioned for hundreds of times. Every time when I go to talk to the employers, to the SMEs, they say that, oh, could you help us? Because there's so many repetitive tasks that we've been doing on a daily basis, and they just hate it. And it's a good starting point. If you hate something and you think, okay, if AI can do that for me, that would be great. And that's exactly what you should be thinking about when you think about what AI can do for you. Because a lot of my motivation is from something that I hate doing, because I don't like it. So I think, okay, if AI can do that job for me, that would be great. So remember, this is a great starting point. Remember what you don't like doing. And we're going to discover practical tools. So how to use certain tools to build your automation workflow, how to use the tool to build your first virtual receptionist, and how to use the tools to build your chatbot and your AI avatar. I'm also going to give you the template to write a good prompt, because the good prompts makes a huge difference. And prompts to improve patient communication. We're going to explore some real workflows, and also how to adapt AI safely as well. Because when we talk about AI, you are also talking about dealing with patient data and all those kind of things. And it's the fundamental things about AI. You definitely need to consider data privacy, data governance, and all those kind of governance frameworks. Even you only work in a dental practice, like running a small and medium-sized business, you still need to consider your data and also AI governance framework, because that's really important for your future development. So again, as I said, I've been talking to so many different business in the past, like especially past 12 months. And for dental clinics and dental practice, I've been working with few of them already. So I kind of understand what kind of challenges you have. And the challenges you have is actually very similar to other sectors, to be honest. So it's about the rising cost, about employment, employing extra staff to support the whole process, patient expectation, because one thing very kind of typical is after the patient done their treatment, they're expecting some sort of aftercare reminder and how to look after themselves and things like that. And based on the survey that our partner organization did, it's actually pretty, it's not very good, because the patient say that they did actually get very good aftercare treatment kind of reminder and things like that. Missed call as well. It's very busy in the receptions. So if they can't pick up the call, if the person who worked at the reception couldn't get back to the patient in time or on time, then you may lose some, especially for new patient. Team overloaded, that's something that has been mentioned for so many times. Compliance as well. And this is what AI has been so good at doing, like in terms of compliance and drafting documents and things like that. I'm sure quite a lot of you have experienced those kind of elements in terms of how AI can help with drafting very patient-friendly documents and also compliance documents. Because this is something that has made a dramatic change in other sectors as well. We've been working with business partners that they have to draft a lot of legal documents, compliance documents, and they find it so useful by using AI, but by using the right AI prompt. So you do need to have a prompt, you do need to have some documents ready so that you can achieve those kind of goals. And this is something that we're going to cover today as well. So what AI can do for your dental practice, or for something that you're trying to explore for to improve your personal efficiency as well, because I know all of you are very busy. You need to go to your practice. You also need, like I saw some of the familiar names, so I know you are teaching, you're doing lots of conference keynote speech, so you're very busy, and that's why we need to use AI to automate some of the tasks, save time, most importantly reduce operational costs. That's like across the whole like sector, I've been working with so many different industries. Everybody was talking about, oh, if I can save some money, that would be great. Improve consistency as well. Because when you don't have a very standard ways, if you don't have a lot of training on the people who are working in the front desk or, working on whatever job they're doing, then it may lack of consistency. And I did a AI in action workshop on Wednesday. And then a lot of the employers said that, yes, that's true, because it's in people's mind. You need to get it out of them. But this is something that I would like to emphasize today in the later session as well, because without those kind of documentation, it's no way for you to build a AI chatbot or those kind of system, because you do need those kind of documentation so that you can improve the knowledge into the system and then you can use it. So some of the tools after today's session, some of the tools that you'll be able to use immediately. I know quite a lot of you have been using ChatGPT for sure. Microsoft Copilot, if your practice or your company been using Microsoft system, I'm sure you've been introduced Microsoft Copilot. So it's a very handy one. And also the good things about Microsoft Copilot for a organization like the university, if you have the enterprise version, they promise that your data will not be submitted for data training purpose. So that means it's safe. Your data will not be used outside your organization. So this is something very promising and very important. For ChatGPT, they also have different version as well. Now they have the ChatGPT education version. They have the ChatGPT enterprise version. Again, with the enterprise version, they always promise that they would not use your data for training purpose. So whatever system that you're using, please do bear in mind that you do need to read those kind of small print. For Google Gemini, they say that they will not use your data for training purpose. They promise it. And if you look at the small print under the chatbot, you can see that print there. But they also remind you that AI can make mistake. And I'm also going to tell you what kind of mistake they can make as well. So we will also introduce some automation AI tool. We'll also introduce an AI tool to create your avatar, which is called Hagen AI. Some of the automation tool called Zapier. This is something that I'm going to demonstrate to you as well. It's an AI tool that can help you to automate your dental practice workflow. It sounds quite technical, but I can promise you that it's not that technical in terms of building them. The technical part is going to be in the deployment part, because I'm sure you're already using some CRM system, you have your own website, and the difficulty and the challenges is always how to integrate the chatbot into your own website or into your own CRM system like Dentally. So this is the most challenging part, and also to keep it safe and up and running as well. So it's not about building the chatbot, but after today's session, you'll be able to experience like building your own chatbot and then share with others, share with your colleagues, and then you can do the testing. So the first thing, and it's the fundamental things about large language model like ChatGPT, Gemini, and all those kind of tools that I'm going to share with you today is based on prompt. So writing a good prompt become extremely important. And that's sometimes like people think that, oh, AI doesn't work for me. It's not good because it's just make up the fact, or maybe the answer is too general and it's just not, it's not good. And I spend so much time to communicate with the AI to get what I want. It's because the prompt that you're using is not good enough. It's too general. You didn't tell the AI. Basically, it's just like you employ a staff, an employee, and not a very intelligent one, I have to say. So you need to give very detailed instruction to that employee, to that staff, to tell them exactly what you want from them. So this is a formula. This is a formula that I've been shared with lots of companies, and they find it so useful and really works to come up with quality results. So as the AI has been evolving, but I mean, the role, assigning a role become less important, but then it still makes a difference if you assign the role to the AI. So you always give a role for the AI, what kind of role that you would like the AI to act, and also make sure you choose the right model as well. If you go to ChatGPT and Google Gemini, if you click on tools, there are actually different type of tools that you can actually use to do different job. Obviously, if we talk about ChatGPT, we'll talk about ChatGPT 5.1, which is the latest model. So we default to use ChatGPT 5.1 if you don't change anything. And just to let you know that on Microsoft Copilot, now they also enable you to use ChatGPT as well. So when you go to Microsoft, you can enable ChatGPT on your Microsoft Copilot. So that means that you can use both models in one system. So writing a prompt is very, very important. And what you need to do is you tell AI what kind of role they are playing and what kind of task that you want them to do. So what exactly you want them to do? Do you want them to draft a patient aftercare communication letter, or you want to draft a message? And you need to tell them exactly about the content as well. For example, you need to make it relevant to the patient, or if you're doing a marketing post, you need to tell the AI that who's that for, and you know, the length. For example, I only want 100 words because I want to keep it short. Or you want a lengthy one, you want a 200 words or 500 words report. So you need to give those kind of context to tell the AI what exactly that you want. Do you want to generate a report about, you know, the implant dentistry market? Then you need to tell the AI, you know, what you're looking for. And you need to give them some constraints as well. So for example, if you are doing a campaign for your dental practice, you need to tell the AI how much budget, how much money you've got for that campaign. Because if you didn't give a budget, the AI would give you a really good plan, but it costs you a lot of money. So you can tell the AI, you could tell the AI, say, okay, I only have £500 to spend to attract more patients to register at my dental practice. Then the AI will work on that £500 budget rather than £5,000. So these are the contexts that you need to give to the AI. And you also need to tell the AI the output format. So are you looking for a slide deck or a slide deck outline that you can actually generate the PowerPoint slides by yourself? Are you looking for a report, or are you looking for an Excel document? So you need to give very, very clear instruction. And you know that the AI now can generate a poster for you as well. So if you use Google Gemini Nano Banana, it's a model to generate images. So then you need to tell them, these are the key messages I would like you to input into Nano Banana. And, you know, I'm looking for a flyer or a poster. But please bear in mind, it's still not very good to make a very detailed, like, let's say, flyer to promote your service. They can do very big one. So if you only put few keywords there, it works quite well. You can also use them to do some chart flows, like those kind of things. But it's not very good if you want to get into detailed information. So if you want to really good, like to make a good flyer poster with lots of information, detailed information, you still need to use tools like Canva or Adobe Express. Is also a very good tool to design those kind of promotional or marketing poster or flyers and things like that. The AI generated tools cannot do very precisely to meet your requirements. That's the limitation about the tools that we're having now. So I've give you a prompt template here. So this is the templates that you can actually use and apply in your own context straight away. So I'll give you some examples here as well. For example, a patient-friendly treatment plan. This is the template that you can use. You can just copy and paste and change some of the areas that you would like to change. I would recommend, based on my experience, by using AI for myself and also helping my team and also other business, it's always good to keep a notebook for your team. Notebook means basically you use a kind of like a Word document. The Word document specifically just for like the prompt. So the reason for that is because we use specific prompts on a daily basis. So for example, the patient friendly treatment plan. Because as a patient, I've been to see my dentist, obviously, for many years. And they sometimes when they tell me something, I just don't understand. I'm not saying that because English is my second language. I met my dentist here in the UK. I met my dentist in China as well. Even they talked to me in Chinese, I couldn't understand some of the terms. So I would prefer to have a patient-friendly treatment plan so that it's in plain language and I can actually understand the risk and how it would do it for me and things like that. So if you do something like that, that means that you do it on a regular basis. You don't actually need to write the new prompt every time because it will be quite similar. I mean, you probably change some of the area. That's why keeping a prompt notebook will be really effective for the team. And also, the AI is evolving. They're not stay still. It's not going to be the same all the time. So, the prompts that is working now, you may not need to improve that many information next time when you use it. And don't forget that large language model have the memory mode, so they can remember things as well. Especially if you're using one large language model for long enough, then you don't even need to tell them that you're examining. They can actually pick up your information there, and that actually helps company and dental practice to do like something that I'll talk about when you do SEO on Google and GEO on large language model. So it's generative search optimization. So this is something that is you're more likely to be picked up by the large language model, so that your dental practice, when people search for some treatment plan and some of those kind of information about they're trying to find dental practice in the past previously, like patient normally, if they don't know anyone in that area, they would just search on Google. But the new trend is a lot of the people, including myself, because I use AI a lot, I use a large language model to search for information. For example, if I want to get a treatment done, I also search on ChatGPT as well to get some information. And ChatGPT will give you some example or recommend you some dental practice and some treatment plan. And that's what we call GEO, because your dental practice is already embedded into the large language model chat. And you can't, if you don't do anything, AI could not pick up your name, your dental practice. So you do need to keep writing things, chatting with the large language model, so that the AI tool is more likely to pick up your dental practice or your name if you're writing lots of information about yourself. Because now I ask some information by using my AI large language model, they can pick up my name, some of the work that I've been done, something linked to my LinkedIn profile as well. So this is really important. And that the whole thing's about keeping the prompts is actually make sure that you can actually save some time, because if you, I'm quite lazy in terms of typing. So I always want something that I can copy and paste and then change slightly. So these are the kind of like prompt example and tips for dental practice. You can actually just copy and paste it in any large language model because they work very similarly. And then you keep that prompt notebook within the team. So I'm sure like for your daily operation, you keep something for your team, and you can start thinking about keeping a prompt notebook for your team as well. And during this process, you would also be able to do things like you'll be able to improve your prompts, because this is an example I'm providing you with a template, but your team member may find out that, okay, if we write it in this way, it works better. Because it's kind of like trying and practicing. That's a really important process. And this is something that you should be doing on a regular basis. So if you identify something that works better, then you can always improve it. I'm not going to read out those kind of example, but as I said, this is something that you can actually use directly in your practice. So the prompt, the tips is be specific about the tone. So do you want a friendly one? Do you want a more professional one? Encourage one? So I was writing, I built a AI tutor for my son to tutor him to do his, so his one is in year 9, another one is in year 7. And I just hate tutoring them, I have to say. I love teaching my students, but I don't like teaching my own kids. Because as a mom, you'll be so mad if you show them how to do the math twice or 3 times, and then at the end they didn't get it. I was just like, okay, it's not going to work. So at the end, I built them a AI tutor. And the AI tutor actually built via ChatGPT works so well because I asked them to take a pictures of the revision guide and then upload it to ChatGPT, because that ChatGPT actually built for them. So they will be able to, so the ChatGPT will be able to give them like, okay, like questions to answer if they did it wrong. And the ChatGPT will be able to give them another 3 similar questions to answer. And how I frame the GPT is I've told the GPT the grades my son's in is in the UK. This is the curriculum guide. So I uploaded everything to the virtual assistant knowledge. And then I also tell them that please be encouraging. And so be patient, be encouraging, but don't tell them the answer directly. So this is the tones. And also when you do a prompt, it's also really important to include these kind of tones as well. And also what to avoid. You need to tell them very clearly. So for example, when I built my own chatbot for my son, the AI tutor, I told the AI, say, do not give the answer to my son directly. So this is something really important, and you can actually do the same thing to say, okay, do not make up the fact if it's not included in, these documents, because AI can make up things. And if you use AI to write some articles, they will give you some reference that doesn't exist. So always check every single details that the AI generated for you. They make mistake and they make up stuff as well. So if you give a more detailed prompt to the AI, tell them do not make up, anything that is not exist. If you don't know, just say you don't know. That would, come up with a better solution for you and generate better content. But they still make mistakes. So that's why the human oversight always remains center to new technology and to AI. So we still need to keep our eye on it, because we are the person who are working on this field in the industry for many years. We know what we're expecting. They are just our assistant. They cannot replace whatever we are capable of doing. So always, tell them, try to what to avoid and things like that. Also, make sure that you tell the AI what kind of format that you want, and provide full content. Because sometimes I know I heard from some of my colleagues. I said, oh, after I give all the instruction to the AI, I felt like I already write, my things, my stuff. But AI can do it in a more professional way. And AI you can use voice message to communicate with AI as well, to tell them all the things that you want. So actually quite convenient. And also if you use my approach, like to keep an AI notebook, then you can always go back to copy and paste it and then just change it slightly. You don't actually need to do it over time. And what I did, because I use AI on a daily basis, I keep my notebook under different categories as well. So I do things for marketing for my students, for teaching, for AI automation. So I keep it under different categories. That really helps you to build your own prompt bank, and that you can use it, you can share it with others, and it depends on what kind of things that you're looking for. So that's why it's so important to build your own dental practice prompt banks as well. And so that's the AI chatbot. So not AI chatbot, the prompt engineering part. Just just type anything if you have any questions that you would like to ask. I can pick up the questions on the chat. And if you don't have any question for the first part, then I'm going to tell you how we build a chatbot. And I'm going to share with you the website that you can use to build your first chatbot as well. So what is an AI chatbot? Basically, an AI chatbot is the one that you use to answer lots of different questions. You use the AI chatbot to do those kind of very repetitive jobs for you, because you can literally answer an email that asking for the same thing over time. And that's the problem when I was working at the university as a lecturer. I'm the course leader as well. My student would just keep, even though we talk about it during the lectures or workshop or whatever, they will still ask you the same questions. They just prefer to send you a Teams message or email to ask you, what's that for, and when do we need to submit it, and things like that. So chatbot is for this kind of purpose, is to answer those kind of repetitive questions, and you can do it automatically. That's the whole point, is because it's a bot. So you can answer all those kind of questions. It can answer quite complicated questions as well. Just like what I said, I use the bot to tutor my students. And so I'm not just creating one bot for my son to tutor them for these different subject areas. I also built the bot to help my son to learn English literatures as well. Because we've been living in China for a few years. Or when my son came back to the UK, he's already lost a few years of study in the UK. So he's quite struggling with English literature. So I built a bot to help my son to memorize those kind of Shakespeare quotes, or a lot of the quotes in the English literature. And that really works, because they can actually keep asking my son questions and things like that. I also built the bot for my students, because I've got an online MBA student. I've got over 400 students per year. But believe it or not, we only have 2 member of staff working to manage that 400 students. And so you can imagine how many emails that I've got from my student every day. And they are online students. So that means that they're from different countries. They are from over 26 countries. And 90% of them never actually did a UK higher education dissertation. So writing up a good literature review, how to write a UK dissertation, is a big challenge for them. And I built a chatbot just for this kind of purpose. And we did a survey on 280 students, and 100% of the students said that they find it really effective, because they can use the chatbot 24/7, and they can ask any question they want, because some of the questions they may not want to ask me, but they can ask the chatbot. And it reduced my inbox traffic 30% dramatically. So I'm really happy about it, and that's why I highly recommend to build a chatbot and integrate it into either your website, WhatsApp, or just for your teams to use to answer some questions, operational questions as well, to keep documents, because people don't like reading things nowadays, especially those kind of compliance documents and things like that. But you can use a bot, and you upload everything, all the compliant document and everything, and your team member can just chat with the chatbot to get information. That's also very good. But one thing that is really important, you can't build a chatbot from nothing. You need the knowledge, and I'm going to show you the chatbot that I built for VSS Academy. I'm sure that some of you have access to vssacademy.co.uk already, and we actually embedded a chatbot. It's a virtual Alan there to chat with the potential students and anybody who would like to get a query. But one of the things that is really important that chatbot works so well, it's because Alan has been keeping the documentation. So if you build a chatbot only based on your website information, that's not enough, because the website information only tell the information about your service or your product, but it doesn't actually cover how people ask questions and those kind of FAQ questions, because Alan has been working to in his position for so many years, so he has got lots of experience on it, and he had what we call human intelligence, which is the knowledge that we need to have when you build a chatbot. So I will show you actually the most challenging part. It's not about building the bot. It's about having. So if you go to, can you all see my screen here? Can you see? Yeah, okay, great. So if you go to vssacademy.co.uk, you can see need help, chat with Alan. So we can actually ask many different questions related. You can give it a go when you have time, just to ask Alan some questions. So this is a chatbot being trained and being framed based on the knowledge, Alan's knowledge, actually, basically. So we included the the company information, we the website information, we built a FAQ bank as well, and then but the very important things that why that works and can answer a question very precisely and accurately is because Alan providing me with a very long document. He put down how the potential learner that ask question and things like that, and that's the knowledge part that you need to build any kind of chatbot. So I'm going to show you this. There's many different ways that you can actually build a chatbot. But if your dental clinic or if your company don't actually have the knowledge, which means how you do your business, how you operate your business that you want people to know, then it will be really difficult for you to build a very good, robust chatbot. So if you don't do those kind of document, I'm sure you have some sort of documentation, but you may need to put it in, some areas now. And there are many different tools that you can use to build a chatbot, but I'll show you one of them, and you can actually do it with me together. So the tool is called ThinkStack.ai. ThinkStack.ai. This is one of the tools that you can use to build a bot. But as I said, you can build a bot via ChatGPT. You can build a bot via Google Gemini. You can create a gem as well. And so there's so many different ones. The reason why I show you this one is because the interface and the layout is very clear, and also it gives you a more comprehension version of the chatbot, so that you can actually exactly what you are going to submit. And another thing is because ThinkStack also do analytics as well, because you want to know how many times certain keywords that the people actually put in the chatbot to inquire about something. That means that's important information for them, and you may want to use those kind of keywords in your marketing campaign and things like that. So if you all hope that you have all managed to go to the website, and I would show you. It's really easy to register because I already registered. And also here, we value our privacy, always reject all if it's possible. I also working with TikTok. So we use TikTok algorithm to help e-commerce to boost their business and their sales. And if you always accept all, that means that you're giving the permission to for people to use your information, so, and your data. And that's why what we say is AI knows you better than yourself, because you've been browsing social media, lots of this kind of thing. If you don't exclude, if you don't reject all, some of the website, they don't allow you to reject all. They would say, okay, you need to click into it and then just click like essentials only. Please do remember to do it if you don't want to use your data for you don't want others to use your data for training, then you need to reject it. Otherwise, they will just get all your information. So reject all, and you go to ThinkStack. You can always log in with your Gmail account. That's the most common account that if you want to use some AI tools, you can always link to your Gmail account. So after you log in, if you just use your Gmail account, you don't actually need to sign up. You don't need to enter the information again. Some of the website, they will allow you to use iCloud as well, or Outlook, but Gmail is the most common one. So after you log in, you go to a page like this. So you can create your agent. You can create one free agent, which is the bot by yourself for free. So it's a good way to just to try it and then see how it works. So after you've done it, you just like create new agent. But because I already have one here, but if you do it from scratch, you just click on create, and then it brings you to this page here. And the things that you really need to look for is the sources. The sources means the knowledge that you give, you provide to the bot, so that the bots can answer the questions according to your content. So this is the reason why I said that is a more comprehensive one, because you can do a URL, you can do files as well. You can upload all the files that can support you, support the bot to answer question. You can do Q&A, question and answer. You can also upload Excel documents if you have any sort of data and things like that. The Notion and Zapier is two like more advanced features, and you need to pay for the service so that you can actually use Notion and Zapier. So even just with URL files and CSV, which is the Excel document, the chatbot actually works quite well already. So this is basically what you need to build a bot. So you definitely need the sources. And in terms of files, it support PDF, documents. That's the most common kind of document that you can actually upload. And that's basically what you need. The most challenging part is not about the sources. If you have very detailed sources about your dental practice or about whatever things that you like the bots to do for you, then it's very easy for you to achieve that goal. The most important thing is about testing. So testing means that you here on the right hand side here, you can see like the bot, we already built the bot, and then you can test it. You can try to ask question. So what can you do for me? Things like that. You can test it. And then so you say the bot has not been trained yet, so please input data and proceed with the training process. Once you upload, because I haven't actually uploaded any information here, once you upload the information, then they can ask, they can answer the question. And then what you need to look at is the setting as well. So setting means that you can give your bot a name. So this is our another of my projects work, AI Works. And you can actually have a subheading. I'm here to help you, or you can ask me anything. So you literally, you can just do a more personalized one that relevant to you. Again, welcome message, as you can see, hey, hi, how can I do it for you? Or what can I do for you today? Or you can do a floating message, which means you can do up to about 5 of them. Like it will change, so you're not just stay there. So what you need to do is you just add all your message here, and so that you can have more options for them. And obviously you can preview your link and see how it works. You can share the link with your colleagues so that they can also test your bot as well. Integrations. Okay. Integration. So you can integrate, but obviously if you want to integrate and use it, you can't actually use a paid version. The paid version will allow you to build the bot, but if you want to use the service, you do need to upgrade. Normally it's around like £20 per month to subscribe for this kind of service. So you can actually integrate it into WhatsApp. So if you have a WhatsApp business account, you can integrate your chatbot into WhatsApp. Facebook Messenger, you can also integrate it into Zapier. This is something that I'm going to share with you, how to build your workflow. Instagram, you can also embed into your website. So if you want to do it into your website, you basically copy all this script here and then integrate it, paste into your website's HTML. And if you just want to share internally, you don't want to use it for your customer, your patients, and you just want to use it internally within the team, you can share the link with your team member, and then they can use that for like to get information, to chat with the bot as well. And you can see here website, they have so many different websites, because normally we're using WordPress or Wix, and this kind of website you can it actually integrate into most of the website. And analytics, as I said, this is an important part. If you build a bot, then you can do conversation analysis. So you can get information, but again, if you want to if you want to get those insights, you do need to upgrade your plan. This is a paid plan service. Leads as well. So you will be able to enable leads, so that once you get a lead from different social media channel, you keep a record of those kind of leads. So this is basically how you actually build a bot to serve this kind of purpose. And it's actually quite effective if if you do a proper testing. So I remember when I built my own chatbot for my students, because when you talk about students, patients, you got to be really careful in terms of how the bot answer question and things like that. So I actually asked my my colleagues and my students, I invite a group of students to test the tool and to test the chatbot, make sure that you actually answer question in the correct way. And it actually works quite well. So that's the basic principle about building a bot. And it's not difficult. The most challenging part is about the technical side. After you build a bot, if you want to integrate it, you need to make sure the setting of your website is correct. So you may need to talk to your web developer, whoever do your website, make sure that it integrates well into your website, and you make sure that you have someone that can look out for some maintenance. Normally they don't go wrong because it's cloud based, unless they sometimes the service provider, they will have some sort of, because the AI sectors and industry has been booming in terms of offering services and things like that. Sometimes they can have a lot of traffic to their website to use their tools. They will have some downtime. So they'll say, okay, we do experience some technical issue within our website today. That means it will affect your chatbot as well, because they are the service provider. Other than that, most of the time, the bot should just work quite good on its own. But don't forget that if you change any information on your website, or you are providing different services, or you're trying to answer the question in a different way, then do update the information, the source of information, the knowledge on the bot. Make sure that it's up to date. That's also very important. So now I'm going to share with you. I'll just stop sharing this one. Go back to our slides. So what we going to just resume. So that's the basic about building a chatbot. And so I already showed you that the importance of like the different elements, and that ThinkStacks is actually a really good example, because they show you what exactly that you need when you build a chatbot. So if someone come to you and say, okay, I can offer you a chatbot service, they will charge you. It's actually quite expensive. Most of the company, they charge around 1,000 to 1,500 pounds just to help you to build the chatbot. But you can actually save the cost. You can actually do it by yourself. If you ask a company to do it for you, they will still come back to you and ask you for those kind of information, because without those information, they cannot build a bespoke one to you. So so I think after today's session, you have some idea about how those kind of things can be built, and then if someone come over try to sell you something, then you have some of your own judgment on whether you should pay for it or not. But they do pretty much the very similar job. As I said, this one, they can do the analytics part. But again, if you want to do something like the VSS website one, you do actually need to get these specialists to do it, because you don't just want to have a bot there. You want to make sure that it looks nice as well, and make it like integrated into your whole website theme. And for that part, it will be quite difficult to do it by yourself if you don't have any background in coding, because you still need to use some code to make sure that it looks nice, and also the whole style and the theme is integrated, and make sure it actually match your website as well. So I think that's the chatbot one. And I would like to share with you about one of the experiences. So if you have a website, and the website is actually, you think, oh, my website is actually, it's time for us to rebuild or refurbish my website. That's actually a good timing for you to integrate the chatbot into your website, so that you can actually do it all together. It's actually easier to build something for a new website rather than for an existing website, because you don't know what the previous web developer has been doing, have done with that website. So that's why, because it's a good timing for VSS, because they need to build a brand new website, and at the same time build a chatbot as well. So it's all come very well together, and that's why when you see it, you felt like, okay, it kind of like the chatbot actually built in the website, but actually it's not. Actually, the chatbot has been built separately, but because they are building a new website, so we can integrate it all together. That's why you look very seamlessly. And that's one thing that you need to bear in mind, that you build the chatbot on ThinkStack, but you still need to do some work when you trying to embed it into your website. But it's a good exercise. You can build one for yourself to manage your daily tasks and things like that. You can build one maybe for your children, for your colleagues to use as well. And then I think it's quite fun as well to explore those kind of new technology. And so this is, I've also provided you with a step-by-step guide to build your chatbot, but I already, gone through it when I was telling you how it works on ThinkStack. One thing is like training your chatbot is really important. Yeah, the more you communicate with your chatbot, the more you try to refine your chatbot, the better your chatbot will become. So that's the training process, is by chatting with your chatbot, make sure they answer the question in the right way. And also you test it as well. You pilot your chatbot, you get different people to ask questions, because different people ask questions in a different way. And also deploy and monitor. When you deploy, at least for about a week, this is what I've been talking to Alan when they first launched the website. I said that, we need to keep an eye on, how it works, how well it works, and things like that. So the deployment stage is really important. You need to monitor the data, make sure it works well, and make sure it doesn't mess up the answers and things like that. That's possible. So this is the part that you actually need to pay attention to. It's not just building the bot, but actually after you build it, you integrate it in your website. You need to keep an eye on the deployment and monitor it. So the different workflow, obviously, I talk about that you can actually build workflow to automate, your new patient inquiries, or you can build a workflow for your treatment plans, and also you can do like aftercare follow-up automation. All of these, or you may even want to do a marketing and social media automation. All of this can be done via a automation workflow. So the most common one, if we talk about new patient, this is something I built for one dental clinic. I can't show you the detailed information, but I can show you my workspace and the work plan and the workflow and the logic about what do we really mean by automation, and how can we build the automation workflow so that we don't actually need the human beings to do those kind of tasks. We can actually use a system basically to do it automatically. So think about it. When we have new patient inquiries, that means that they can be either become our patient or not become our patient, because they may inquire about something, but they may forget, or your colleagues didn't actually do the in-time follow-up, so the patient may register with another dental practice. That's possible. Or there's another scenario that they register, but they never actually use your service, and you like to encourage them to use your service, and that can be automated as well. And there's another one is like for your existing patient. So you want them to you want to remind them about their next appointment. You want to send out the message directly about aftercare, and you want to send a feedback form to them to get some feedback about today's experience. And if they haven't actually used your service for more than 6 months, you want to send a reminder to them to tell them that, okay, it's time for your next, checkup and things like that. So these kind of things can be automated. And you can build it from scratch, but it will take quite a lot of time. So there's certain tools that you can use. If you are using Microsoft Copilot, you'll be getting a license embedded into, so it's included in your Microsoft Copilot license. It's called Power Automate. So you can actually use Power Automate to build a automation workflow. For example, when you receive an email in your Outlook, there's a task there. The task can be automatically break down into a reminder into your team's calendar, and also your to-do list, which is the Microsoft Planner. So break down the task, so set yourself a reminder, remind yourself that there's a task assigned to you. So that can be an automation workflow. But what I'm going to show you today is a more relevant to dental practice one. And the website that I'm using is called Zapier. You can also use a website called make.com or NAN and 8 number 8 and n.com. So there's so many different tools available there. I use all of them. Zapier is actually quite good because I like, the whole kind of interface, their UI design, and it's quite easy to use as well. So I'll share with you now. This is so I need to go to this one. Can you see my Canva here? Yeah, good. So this is how a AI workflow works. So obviously you can go to their home page. And again, you can register with your, your Gmail. And there's different things here that you can actually use. If you're using a Google, the whole Google package, family tools, it's quite good because a lot of these kind of automation tools is actually, quite Google friendly. So you can, let me. So you can do a chatbot here. They do chatbots as well. They do apps, forms, and pages. But I think the things I'm quite impressed with is about their automation, and that's what Zapier first built for. They built for automation. I use my personal account here, so it's a basic free account. I didn't use my my enterprise account to demonstrate because it got lots of the company information there. So if you go to, this is basically how you build. This is an existing workflow because it takes quite a bit of time to build it. So I'll show you what it looks like and the philosophy of building something like this. So you normally have a staff notification dashboard. That's essential because you want your staff, your colleagues to click on something. And so you can always view the assets here. This is the, the overview, and it's already built in. And can got like patient details and those kind of things as well. Go to interface. So each individual one, you see that you can actually, this is the patient page. You can upload, you can still do lots of things here. This is just the basic one that I use for demonstration. You can add the information, and this is the interface that your like the staff can see via their portal. And you can go to, so you collect all those kind of basic information. And this is really important because you got to have some sort of information on the system so that you can actually, you can work on those kind of information. Otherwise, you have got no information that you can use. And you have the patient portal as well. Again, so we collect similar things, but on the staff side that you can see all the patient information. And go back. And so each individual workflow here, you can see that you separate them. In the whole idea is like you are a web developer or you are an app developer, and you need to think about how they work together so that you can actually automate your workflow. So obviously you need to have a staff portal. You need to have a patient portal, and then you build something about the patient database, which is what you collected from the patient. So you have the links here. Again, you can build actual workflow here by clicking. So you can add steps. You can suggest steps as well, because if you think that, okay, after I collect the patient information, I still want to add a reminder to the patient that, okay, I will give you £50 like voucher if you book the first appointment within 30 days or whatever. You can actually automate that, and then that will send out automatically rather than one of your team member need to remember that. So so then we separate them into two different areas. The first area is, so as you can see, each workflow represent one of the queries that you want to do with them. So for example, pre-assessment form, start a 3-day follow-up sequence, and stop if patient books an appointment. So this is something that already give. So this is the detail like steps that we instructs the AI to do the work for us. For example, trigger. So the automation works via trigger action. So if the patient do this, you need to give them this. If the patient do the next step, you did. So it's trigger, action, trigger, and action. So as you can see here, trigger when a new inquiry is received through the web, or can be WhatsApp, can be Facebook Messenger, can be any sort of form. Send an instant SMS or WhatsApp to reply to the inquiry. So this is actually automated. You don't actually need to do it by yourself. Add inquiry to patient database, because we already built the database, so it's all kept there as new inquiry. Send the pre-assessment form, and then send a 3 days follow-up, and then you can keep building it steps, and just make sure that it works for your clinic. I'll show you another one here. So trigger when a new appointment is booked, then send appointment confirmation. This is something is already done by most of the CRM system. I'm sure a lot of your dental practice already doing something similar. But what you don't do, because this is the first 2 steps we need to feed into the system so that it can do the follow-up steps. Without the first steps, the database, they would not have the patient's information, so they cannot do the follow-up. So even though you may already doing something like that, you still need to set that workflow on your automation workflow, so that they can actually send a pre-assessment form via email, delay for 24 hours before sending a reminder, send 24 hours reminder, and notify the dentist with the patient summary, so you can actually tell the surgeon, whoever they're actually being assigned to a patient. This can be done via the automatic automation workflow, and update patient database with all those kind of texts that we already have here. So this is the basic workflow that we do for dental practice. And obviously, as I said, we can add steps very specifically. Again, we send immediate aftercare SMSs. So this is something after the trigger when appointment is marked completed, and then so the staff portal, once the patient has been seen, done, they can just tick the box completed, and then they can they will send a immediate aftercare message to the patient. And again, we instruct the AI to do the things that is relevant. So it depends on how your clinic and how your practice manage patient. So we can add steps here. So you can even ask it to stop, reply with a concern of things like that. If the AI cannot answer the question, they cannot automate those kind of things, then it will alert the staff to pick it up. So that's the basic workflow about, if you want to build a workflow like this is how it works. So this is what we call automation. And people may give you a system that they already built in, but this is how you can do it if you want to do a bespoke automation for your clinic. I've got questions regarding using, how to use a AI virtual receptionist as well. Please bear in mind, AI virtual receptionist work exactly the same as the chatbot. You still need to input all those kind of knowledge so that the AI receptionist can answer the question in the right way. So we can use a tool. Unfortunately, we don't actually have a solution for all. So for example, you may want to have a chatbot, so the chatbot can build with automation if you use one service provider. But the AI virtual receptionist, we need to use a separate one, especially if you are using Dentally for your practice. They're not that smart yet. So you can, you can integrate some of these parts into your current existing system. There's also some company, I never actually use their service. There's some company you can search on Google. They were saying that, okay, you can actually use, they say that their service actually provided to whoever, like whatever dental practice that they're using, the Dentally CRM system. So they say that they can provide things that Dentally didn't provide to them. But I never actually use so this is a good question. What kind of external barriers or issue? It's about, we need to look at the system that you are using now. That's very important. So what kind of CRM system that you're using, and how can we build in and integrate it into your existing system? This is always the main challenges. Another challenge is because and to be honest, a lot of the company, if we're talking about SMEs, small and medium enterprise, they don't actually have a huge budget that can build one from scratch all by themselves. So they always use external tools like Zapier. It's actually quite safe, but obviously you also need to bear in mind some of the risks as well. So testing is also really important. And as I said, sometimes if the service provider having a downtime, that means that you can't use that workflow. But I didn't actually experience it often, but it's just something that could happen. I didn't actually experience it with any of the workflows that I built for the dental practice. It seems like they work quite well, but that's something that could happen. You need to bear in mind. And actually, I think it's about internal as well. Obviously, a lot of the patients, they still prefer to ring the receptionist to book an appointment. And it's a challenge for the practice, the dental practice, to educate the patients to move on to the new system. And the whole point is like, we need the data. Without the data, you cannot do the other step. And also internal training on the staff as well. Make sure everybody's on the same page, because a lot of the people, they were worried that if you use the automation system, am I going to lose my job? Because you can automate everything that I used to do on a daily basis. And so what else can I do? So we're not just facing the external technical challenges. Actually, when we talk about AI, we were actually facing internal challenges as well. So I would quickly show you how to build a AI avatar. Is actually quite straightforward, and I will show you some videos, and then I can stop there to give you some time to ask questions. So I build AI avatar to do many different things. AI avatar is good for dental practice, I have to say, because you can use AI avatar to build a lot of educational videos without you doing it. So I'll share with you this one. So this is a very realistic avatar that's done based on myself. And as you can see, like all the backgrounds, everything is actually generated by AI. It's nothing really that is done by myself. The only thing done by myself is I record that 1 minute AI avatar video, and I'm going to show you how you can do it. And you not just this kind of short video, I recorded lectures, like online session. So this is a project that I do for local schools, a group of local schools, to teach them how to use generative AI in education. And I will share. So this is something that can be used to deliver session like this, like pre-recorded video, and then we'll be able to do it very quickly as well. There's another kind of like a new technology that I'm using. It's the interactive real-time conversational avatar. So again, this is a pilot project that I was involved in. And then, so instead of just a chatbot on the website, you'll be able to build an interactive AI avatar, can have a chat with you directly. And but I can tell you now that the avatar chatbot conversational one is not working as good as the kind of traditional chatbot, because the technology is not that mature yet. But it's actually quite good to answer those kind of general inquiries. So as you can see that this is a conversational one, and the project that I've been involved in is like we actually use this kind of conversational avatar in so many different areas now. It's not just for education. So this is something that I built for my students, but you know, accountants, like lawyer and all those kind of areas, if they have a pattern and that pattern is like, you know, really easy to pick up, you can, as I said, it works exactly the same way. You input all the knowledge into the chatbot, and the chatbot will answer a question in the way that you like them to answer. So, and the app that I've been using, the website I've been using is called Hagen, and this is one of the best one in the market. So they don't just do video creator. You can actually upload video to their website. They can do translation for you. They can do translation to you know, different kind of languages. They even do so well in local dialect. You can actually you know, they can do Scottish accent. They can do all sorts of different kind of accents, because you can select what kind of accent that you want to have, what kind of language you want to have. So you can also do podcasts. You can turn the PDF into videos. You can do face swap as well. Or you can actually create a you know, your own AI avatar video. So my suggestion is, yes, can we have, yes, we can have a avatar, Alan. That's not a problem. So what you can do is you go to your app store and type in Hagen, then you can download the app version. Because what I find is, obviously you can record your 1-minute video via your webcam. If your webcam's, you know, if your webcam's quality is good enough, that allows you to record a good quality 1-minute video, you can use your desktop. But if your mobile phone's camera is better than your laptop, then download the app Hagen, and then what they will do is like they will ask you. So I'll show you the website now. Again, you can use your iCloud, or you can use, so this is Hagen. Some of the, again, you'll be able to build your first AI avatar for free. So they do offer a free version. Mine, they give me a creator account, so I can do a lot more with my account. But what you do is you go to create. So you if you want to create your avatar, you just go to avatar here. So you can start from, what I would say is, don't start from a photo, because if you use a photo to create an avatar, it still looks quite robotic. So what I found is start from a video, which is much better. And they will give you instruction here, create your digital twins in minutes. So they'll give you some information here. But what you actually need, you don't actually need a studio type of setting and things like that. Just keep it something simple. Use your mobile phone or your webcam, but make sure you read the script they ask you to read, and then you don't actually move around, because if you move around, they can't capture your facial expression and your movement. So this is also a very important point. And then you just get started, you record your video. So they will give you all sorts of guidance here, which is really easy. And they will give you the script to read out as well. So you can either, so as you can see here, I have quite a lot of my own things here. I've been recording lots of different. You can even create a AI avatar that it doesn't exist. So this human being doesn't actually exist, but you can actually create one based on your company's for example, you can describe to the website agent that what kind of AI avatar that you're looking for. You can also do some animation avatar. They have some commercial avatar, public avatar here as well for you to choose from. So you can actually use them. You don't actually need to use your own avatar. You can actually use others. And so you can see, okay, professional one, and community. You can also create animation avatar. So there's some other choices that you can look for. There's an animation avatar here that's pre-built in. So they are like, this is how you do it. And basically what you need to do is, after you've done your avatar, so let me just create one in AI Studio. What you do is, after you create your own AI avatar, you generate your script either via ChatGPT or anywhere. So this is what it looks like. So you just type in, and then, or you just copy and paste whatever you have here, and then you can choose your voice. So this is my own voice, but it's quite different from my original voice, because if your voice is exactly the same, then it will be very problematic for finance reason, because we use our voice for a lot of verification. So you can either use your own voice, you keep your original accent, or you can change it. So you can say, okay, whatever accents that I want to have here, it's literally cover all of them here. And you can choose, if you don't want to use your own voice, you can use other people's voice. So there's a Hagen library here. And you can listen to the voice and choose whatever that you want. And then you just apply it. And once you've done everything, every time when you do something, you can always listen to it and make sure that you're happy. And then at the end, when you want to generate, you just click generate, and then you generate the video for you, and job done. So once you get your first AI avatar done, everything just fairly simple. It's not very difficult. So that's the AI avatar one. And let me share my slides again. So that's how you build your AI avatar. Please do, give it a go during the weekend. Have some fun, enjoy doing it. So I've got some like how to start with your AI how to start with AI in your practice. I think always start from something small. Don't overdo it, because start from something small and simple will help you to build your confidence in terms of using it. And also you learn during the process that there's all sorts of problems when you're using AI, but you'll be able to learn how to fix it, and that's very important. So I think, yeah, follow VSS for more sessions. And if you want to connect, you feel free to connect via LinkedIn. So because I always share our latest project via LinkedIn anyway. So if you want to know what are the latest project I'm doing, then feel free to connect. And also stay in touch with VSS Academy's implant threads, because we have another one coming up on the 24th of January, right, Alan?
Yep.
So yeah, I would look at the questions. Yeah, I think I answered those. It's really good. Like you wouldn't imagine how good they can translate, and the accents and everything is perfect. But they would not use your original voice, and you can't at the moment. You can use the public avatar, but I can't build a AI avatar for Alan, because there's a restriction here. Because if I can build avatar for anybody, then that would be problematic, right? Because you need to, when you build your own avatar, you need to give consent, so that you allow them to upload your images and things like that. So yeah, but as I said, you don't actually need to use yourself to build your avatar. You can just use something else, or the commercial one. Okay, I will stop sharing now.
Thank you very
I
much.
see, like, we've got some questions, like Collins typing things.
Yeah, so Manisha and John are both typing questions at the moment. Thank you for that. I think that's absolutely fascinating. I could listen to that all day, but I'm not going to ask you to do that. So you've
Please
got
do
a
practice, Alan.
question. I will. And you make. I'm thrilled to hear you can handle a Scottish accent as well. That's made my day.
Yeah.
You've got a couple of questions here, so thank you from Erdem. Yep, and John's typing.
Yeah, at the moment, it's still one-to-one if we use the AI avatar conversational one, because the technology wouldn't be able to pick up lots of the conversation yet. So still one-to-one.
Okay. Okay, if there are no more questions, then again, just to say thank you so much to everybody for joining us today. Zemma, for your time. John, okay, you're saying a good idea. Okay, so that's good. John, you're going to have a go with this, I think.
Thank you, everybody, and it's good to see and good to read all those familiar names as well. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
Okay, well, thank you again, Twitter, for joining. Thank you, Zemma, for that. As I say, it's fascinating. I've picked up a lot of really useful information there. Our next implant threads is 24th of January, and that will be with Dr. Sally Aria doing lasers in implant dentistry. Another interesting topic. As far as your CPD certificates go, we will get your feedback forms out to you this week, and when we receive that, we can then send your certificates. So thank you again, and I'm going to say I hope you have a lovely Christmas holiday when it comes, because I might not see you before then. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Bye.